Welcome. In this video, the event Beyond Here will be summarized. Throughout the video, there will be spoilers for the story of Arknights. If you don't want to be spoiled, please go and play the game. Hoshiguma begins her day in the LGD dorms, carefully sorting through her belongings before setting out. She debates over which pair of shoes best fits her mood, only to be interrupted by Swire, who is irate at being disturbed so early. Their exchange quickly escalates as Swire vents about the pressures weighing on the LGD, her frustrations with Chen's absence, and her own burden of responsibility. Hoshiguma listens with patience, reminding her colleague that her promotion is a sign of trust and training, not abandonment. Though Swire bristles at the suggestion, her ambition shines through as she declares her intent to one day claim leadership of the LGD for herself. Their conversation softens when Hoshiguma offers breakfast, showing the quiet care she has for her partner despite their bickering. Later, Hoshiguma makes her way through the LGD headquarters, greeting tired officers still hard at work despite it being a rest day. She encourages them to eat and rest, though they deflect with banter, frustrations about pay, and remarks about Rhodes Island's lingering presence and Lungmen. Though she jokes lightly, Hoshiguma soon leaves, reflecting on her own fatigue as she heads to the parking lot and mounts her motorcycle. As she rides, she muses about Chen's future with Rhodes Island, her own lingering worries, and the passage of time. A brief encounter with Shirayuki reminds her of the faith others hold in Chen, while an unexpected race against Fumizuki reignites her youthful spirit. While racing, Hoshiguma finds clarity. Though weighed down by duty, she still carries her strength with resolve, chasing the balance between her past ideals and her present burdens. On the Endless Barrens, three companions travel together: Chiave, a red-haired Vulpo, Austa, a white-haired Lupo, and Broca, a black-haired feline. Their car breaks down, but after some repairs, the engine roars back to life. Along the way, Chiave's reckless energy clashes with Austa's caution, while Broca's calm silence steadies them both. They joke, argue, and talk about their past, how they defied their family, escaped from Vite City, and now wander the wasteland in search of safety. Though Chiave coughs often and his oropathy worsens, he masks it with laughter and big dreams of founding his own familia, one where his friends stand as consigliere, an underboss by his side. The road is dangerous, filled with bandits and uncertainty. After a daring skirmish to protect a merchant, they flee deeper into the wasteland, nearly running out of fuel before glimpsing the walls of Locomotiva City. Chiave weakens, drifting between bravado and despair, yet Austa and Broca refuse to leave him behind, even pushing the car together when it falters. In the end, Rhode Island intervenes, saving Chiave's life and offering them refuge. Years later, safe aboard the landship, the three share food and stories with new allies, their bond unchanged. A Cabernet girl voices her concern as Iris, a young feline, insists on leaving despite her inexperience and the unfinished duties left in the castle. Bound by the promise entrusted to her, Iris declares she cannot falter, even if the task of finding a girl from long ago seems impossible. Her companions gift her an old radio and parting advice, their worry masked with light-hearted jabs. Yet Iris remains steadfast. She carries the weight of children's trust and vows to prove that fairy tales endure, even if the world no longer believes. With determination burning in her heart, she sets out alone, ready to test herself beyond the castle walls. Her journey brings her to shanty settlements and fading villages, searching for Tonnerre and the girl named Mabel. Instead, she meets worn workers, wandering families, and a sick child named Dora, whose faith in fairy tales stirs both sorrow and hope within her. Dora clings to her doll and dreams of a castle where fairies keep treasures safe, yet her innocence contrasts sharply with the cruel reality of oropathy. Iris struggles with helplessness, but is reminded by a Rhodes Island operative that stories, even if powerless against illness, can inspire hope. As her search continues, she learns of a woman who perfectly matches Mabel's description, though fate may have already placed Iris one step too late. Hildegard, a cleric from Laterano's Landon Monastery, departs her covenant with blessings, humor, and even a hidden wine barrel marking her farewell. Arriving in Lungmen, she meets Bison of Mountain Dash Logistics, who arranges her stay and reflects on his own ambitions apart from his father, Ural. Hildegard insists on living modestly, wary of burdening others, and begins exploring the city on her own. Along the way, she encounters the shy engineer Snowzant, with whom she shares Lungmen's famed cakes. Their small adventure together deepens Hildegard's thoughts on her monastery's financial struggles, her mission abroad, and the contrast between faith, commerce, and culture in the vast shifting world. Her travels bring her into dialogue with Ural, who reveals a grand vision of bridging nations through messenger networks despite political and economic obstacles. Hildegard admires his ambition while holding fast to her simpler devotion, the survival of land and monastery. In Lungmen's restless nights, she also glimpses Penguin logistics in chaotic pursuit, sees Sora's idol performances, and even crosses paths with the enigmatic Emperor. Each encounter broadens her perspective, testing her convictions while stirring new possibilities for faith and purpose. By the time she resolves to continue her journey, Hildegard recognizes that her path lies not in preserving the old, but also in discovering new wonders. A storm looms over Rimbilliton as Leonhardt drives with Irescarp and Gray towards a distress signal deep within a catastrophe warning zone. Leonhardt's reckless enthusiasm clashes with Irescarp's caution, while Gray, inexperienced but eager, tries to learn from their exchange. Their conversation shifts between humor and tension, from jibes about Leonhardt's driving to sobering reflections on the harsh realities catastrophe messengers face. Irescarp reminds Gray that messengers are often treated as omens rather than saviors, while Leonhardt insists Rimbilliton is kinder to them than most places. Despite their different views, both veterans guide the young Gray, showing him the weight and risk of the work he has chosen. Gray listens intently, confessing his desire to contribute more than just technical support and to repay Rhodes Island for saving him. His determination clashes with his doubts about his own strength, but Irescarp reassures him that conviction matters more than grand results. As they near their destination, Leonhardt warns that the signal may be a trap or linked to rioters, yet insists that whatever awaits, there will always be something Gray can do for others. Chen confronts an infected fugitive who resists capture, bitterly accusing her of being no different from the authorities. Though he insists he is innocent of the murder pinned on him, his assault on guards and escape make him a wanted criminal. Chen recognizes his desperation, but refuses to let him flee, warning that the police will not hesitate to arrest him. Unlike the others pursuing him, she believes his claim of innocence, but she stresses that he must still face justice for his crimes. The fugitive rages against the very idea of justice, describing the cruelty and prejudice he's endured, while Chen argues that only through lawful judgment can he hope to tell his story. Even so, she acknowledges the corruption and violence within systems of power, haunted by the thought of whether she has the right to judge others herself. Amidst these struggles, Chen reflects on her ideals and doubts. Speaking with Amiya in Rosmontas, she questions whether true equality can exist in a world that thrives on division, exploitation, and prejudice. She longs for a place where all are judged fairly, yet she knows such a vision may never be realized. Still, she resolves to act, using her strength and conviction to fight against unjust punishment, even if she can only change what is within reach of her blade. In a forest, Myrrh gathers herbs with Beanstalk and Utige, feeling grateful for their help. Utige encourages her to relax, insisting that friendship isn't measured by skill or knowledge. Myrrh hesitates, doubting her own worth, but Utige reassures her by showing how she's included in many social circles, emphasizing that caring for others earns respect. Beanstalk directs her metal crabs to a new herb patch, while she and the others debate the reliability of rumors about the distant land of Iberia. They share tales of ghost towns, shifting cities, and cursed carnivals, each story building tension and curiosity. Though all three acknowledge the danger of taking such stories at face value, Myrrh still wonders about Iberia, intrigued by what might really exist beyond the forests. In a remote Iberian village, two children, Jose and Antonio, quarrel over stolen money until a priest intervenes, calming their fear and guiding them to reflect on their actions. Jose confesses to lying to protect Antonio, while Antonio admits to taking the money out of necessity, prompting the priest to teach them about the nature of wrongdoing, forgiveness, and human weakness. He emphasizes that missteps do not define a person, and that understanding, friendship, and moral reflection cultivate strength and benevolence. The children gradually grasp that their actions, though flawed, can be corrected through honesty and unity. As a villager calls them to join the plaza for a sermon, the priest reinforces the lesson. True power lies in believing in oneself, caring for others, and nurturing the goodness in their hearts. Thank you for watching. Please follow my Twitter and Blue Sky for updates, and please check out my other Girls Frontline and Azure Lane videos as well. There will be a teaser out tomorrow for next week's character summaries.